And so I've been doing intermittent fasting for the past 5 years. The first 2 years, however, were not successful. In fact, I pretty much did not lose any weight during those first 2 years of intermittent fasting and trying stupid crash diets. Those first 2 years, if I lost any weight, I gained it all back immediately. And so I started off around 235 pounds. It wasn't until after those 2 years that I started learning about if it fits your macros, tracking calories, tracking macros with MyFitnessPal, all these things and these certain intermittent fasting steps that I started to lose weight, and intermittent fasting started to work a lot better for me. On top of that, I started following Mike Matthews' Bigger, Leaner, Stronger workout program and a certain cardio routine that made everything else work so much better in terms of weight loss and fat loss. So that's what I want to show you guys in this video. I'm going to show you the exact intermittent fasting steps you need to follow. I'm going to show you how to track your calories and macros and how to calculate them. I'm going to show you a couple workout programs and my cardio routine for fat loss. So let's get started. Timestamps in the description. Also, hit a like and subscribe for the Captain America shield, and let's get started. So today I fasted till about 1 p.m. We're going to talk about intermittent fasting for weight loss, but first I'm going to hit this upper body workout. So last week I hit 240 pounds, 5 reps, 4 reps, 4 reps. Today I'm going to try to hit 6 reps. Can't do that. I'm going to do 5, 5, 5, or at least try. So let's see how it goes. So I got 5, 5, 4. Now we're moving to the overhead press. I'm gonna do 155 pounds overhead press. Gonna try to hit 4 reps. The next exercise we did right after the overhead press is the pen lay row with a slight cheat. So this is 185 pounds. We did 3 sets of 5 reps, and then we moved on to the final part of the workout, which is a tricep. Alright, so what I like to finish off with my upper body workout is like a little tri superset, some barbell bicep curls, lateral raises with the dumbbells, and then some resistance band push-ups for the triceps. So shoulders, biceps, triceps, just to finish it up. Just ran 3 miles, under 30 minutes. Now we're gonna go back home and talk about intermittent fasting. Alright, so there's a couple steps that we need to get through for intermittent fasting for weight loss. This is what I've been doing for the past 5 years. So before anything else, you want to set up your weight loss calories and macros, and that's what we're going to do first. After that, step 1 will be finding your eating window. Step 2 will be finding your preferred intermittent fasting drink. Step number 3 is figuring out how many meals you want to have and how to break your intermittent fast. We'll talk about that. And then finally, step number 4 is setting up your workout plan with intermittent fasting. We'll also cover that. So let's get started. And so in order to lose weight, regardless if you're following intermittent fasting or not, the first step is to find your maintenance calories. That's the first step, and that's what we're going to do right now. Alright, and so the formula is on the screen. Basically, you just want to multiply your body weight by 15. For example, if you weigh 200 pounds, 200 times 15 would be 3,000 calories. So if you wanted to stay 200 pounds, you would eat 3,000 calories per day. Quick note, this is just a rough estimation. It is not exact, but it should get you started off on the right foot. And so once we have our maintenance calories, our next step is to find our calorie deficit. This is what's going to cause our weight loss. Alright, and so to do this, all you would do is multiply your maintenance calories by 0.75. For example, 3,000 times 0.75 is 2,250 calories. To lose 1 to 2 pounds per week, you would eat this number of calories per day. Again, this is just a rough estimation and won't cause weight loss for the entirety of your weight loss journey. I have a video on how to adjust if necessary and what to do if you hit a weight loss plateau. It should appear on the screen, and the links will be in the description if you guys want to check that out. And so lastly, what you're going to do is divide these new calories into macros and then those macros into meals. So let's do that right now. So what you're seeing on the screen is how we came up with our macros. So we used a macro split of 40-40-20, which means 40% protein, 40% carbs, and 20% fat. all the calculations are on the screen, so make sure to pause them if you want to see them. But our macros are 225 grams of protein, 225 grams of carbs, and 50 grams of fat. And those macros divided into 3 meals are listed down below, so just pause the screen to see how I divided it into 3 meals. All I did was took the macros and divided each of them by 3. Alright, and so step 1 is to find your eating window. So I usually do this by pushing my first meal back 4 to 6 hours after waking up. However, here are 3 options that are most popular. So number 1 is the 8-16 method. So 8 hours of eating throughout the day followed by 16 hours of fasting. This is the most popular method. Number 2 would be the 6-18 method, which is pretty much the same thing, just 6 hours of eating instead of 8 and then 18 hours of fasting. This method is more aggressive, but it's still pretty popular. And then the last method I've seen people do is the 4-20, which is 4 hours of eating followed by 20 hours of fasting. So this is more aggressive and definitely not for everyone. I only recommend this method if you need to lose weight very quickly, like within a 2-week span or even less than that. Definitely not recommended just for like general cutting. If you're just looking to lose a few pounds and you're not in that much of a hurry, definitely don't do this one. And yes, there are more options than just these 3 on the screen. However, these are the most popular. For me, I just push back my first meal 4 to 6 hours after waking up. That's what works best for me. It pretty much accounts for any type of schedule I have, regardless if I sleep in or if I wake up super early. It just works for me. So you may want to try that out as well. Alright, so the next step is to find your preferred intermittent fasting drink, meaning you want to find something to drink that naturally suppresses your appetite, but that is also 0 calories. So you want to do this so you don't feel very hungry during the fasting period. You want something that suppresses your appetites. Things like black coffee, sparkling water, tea. These are all great choices. I prefer black coffee, but choose whatever you want. You can also choose decaf coffee if you don't want to be over caffeinated, or for example, if you take a pre-workout supplement before your workouts, drinking too much caffeine throughout the day can cause negative side effects, so you definitely don't want to do that. So decaf coffee is another option. If you do want to drink coffee, then another option is to just opt for like a non-stimulant pre-workout like Legion Pulse. So that's just something to think about. All right, and so step number 3 is going over how to break your fast. How many meals should you have? There are a couple options for breaking your fast. As you can see on the screen, we have 1 meal a day, 2 meals, 3 meals, and 2 snacks. There's a number of options. However, let's go over 1 meal a day first. So as you can see on the screen, you would just eat a big meal that fits your macros that we calculated earlier. If you wanted to do 2 meals, you would just divide those by 2, 113 grams of protein, 113 grams of carbs, 25 grams of fat for both meals. This would be 3 meals right here. So it's pretty simple. It depends how you want to break it up. And so for me, I prefer the 3 meal a day option just because I find that that's what works best for me and a lot of other people. You have a lot more options with 3 meals as opposed to 2 meals or even 1 meal a day. For example, if you were to do 2 meals a day, you would have to eat 115 grams of protein per meal, which isn't very exciting. It's not very good. With 3 meals, you can split it up a little bit better and have, I believe, more tasty meals because it's more spread out. So that's just my opinion. Find out what works best for you and find out what works best for your schedule. All right, and so the last step we need to talk about is intermittent fasting and working out. And so for intermittent fasting and working out, a lot of people get caught up on whether you should train fasted or train before you break your fast. For me, what I do is I usually have a small snack before working out because I don't like to work out fasted when I'm trying to lose weight. It just makes things a lot more harder and it makes you want to eat more. At least that's what happened in my experience. So I always eat like a Cliff Bar or something before my first workout and subtract that from my calories and then divide the remaining calories into my 3 meals. That's how I do it. So if you want to follow that, you can. However, it is not set in stone. If you want to train fasted, do it. I don't recommend it, but it's up to you. So there are a couple options. And so what I like to do when trying to lose weight and follow intermittent fasting is, 1, I like to have a 3 to 5 day split. Talk about that in a second. I do 3 low intensity cardio sessions per week, 1 high intensity interval training session per week, and then I take a deload week every 8 weeks, and then that's pretty much it for working out. And so lastly, here's a free 3-day split for working out. It is for beginners, and there are some workout notes found at the link that's on the screen right now. I'll leave it in the description if you guys want to learn more about it. It's a completely free guide, so make sure to check that out if you guys are interested. If you're looking for a full-on workout program that I followed when I was a beginner, you can look at Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by Mike Matthews. I cannot recommend this program enough for beginners. You can definitely check it out on Amazon or on his website, legionathletics.com. Definitely worth it if you guys are looking for a beginner workout program. Highly recommend it. I followed it for years. And lastly, let's talk about our cardio routine for fat loss when trying to follow intermittent fasting. Now, what I like to do is 2 hours of cardio each and every week. This is on top of the workouts that I gave you before. Now, for cardio, what I like to do is 3 low intensity steady state cardio sessions. So this can be something like the Stairmaster. I prefer running. I do about 30 minutes of running 3 times a week, which are 3 to 4 miles each. And these aren't fast runs. These are like slow jogging runs. Obviously, I'm trying to improve every week, but they're not like sprinting. I do 1 sprint style of workout per week that is 30 minutes. Again, I do 3 30-minute low intensity jogging sessions and then 1 30-minute sprint style HIIT workout, totaling to 2 hours per week for just cardio when trying to lose weight. And I suggest you do the same. You can do these right after your lifting workouts or in between those days or on the weekends, whenever you'd like. Just make sure you're doing them. Again, I don't recommend doing them fasted, but you can if you want. But yeah, that's how I do my cardio for fat loss when following intermittent fasting or just whenever. Also, let's quickly talk about why I follow intermittent fasting and why I've been doing it for the past 5 years. Essentially, I don't really follow it for all the scientific benefits. While there are some, I mainly follow intermittent fasting because I feel that I am way more productive when I follow intermittent fasting. For example, so during the fasting period, those 4 to 6 hours are really spent doing work, making YouTube videos, writing blog posts, responding to people, doing a lot of the little things that I have to do every day. I do them during the fasting period, and this makes the time go by so much faster, and that's why I love intermittent fasting. Just for me personally, I feel way more productive. I'm a lot more productive during that fasting time. Now, there's other little scientific benefits that a lot of people way smarter than me can tell you about those benefits, but I'm not going to talk about those. I just follow it for the main reason of being more productive, so I hope that helps. And so yeah, right now it is currently 5 p.m. I woke up at around 10 a.m. and I've fasted since that time. The majority of that time I've been productive editing this very video, so that is the power of intermittent fasting, in my opinion. I feel I'm just way more productive. But that's gonna be the end of this video, you guys. Let me know if you liked it by leaving a comment down below. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.